today we are going to be taking some of these frozen tomatoes that we had in the freezer from last summer. I am going to be moving to Boise, Idaho, and there's no way I can take all these frozen fruits and vegetables. I have been trying to eat them over the year, but honestly, I cannot eat this much. It's too much food. So I decided to take some of these tomatoes, and I'm going to be making these into some pizza and pasta sauce that I can take with me to Idaho. So I hope you'll join me today. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to be using a product called Mrs. Wages. I've used this many times and I really, really like it. It's a great way to use your tomatoes. Now, I'm actually going to be canning this up so that they will be shelf stable and I can take these with me on my trip in a few months. So let me show you how I do it. So these tomatoes have been defrosting. I took them out of the freezer this morning. I've got a little bit of ice on it. I'm not concerned about that. I took the bigger pieces off, but I'm just letting these kind of defrost. I've turned this little skillet on, and as soon as these start cooking up, I'm gonna take off the skins from these larger pieces of tomatoes, and then I'm gonna show you the next step as we go along. I decided not to add any peppers to these. These are just gonna be tomatoes and the Mrs. Wages sauce. So my tomatoes are defrosting. I've pretty much got all of the skins off of these tomatoes. As soon as these tomatoes are defrosted completely, I'm gonna run the immersion blender through them just so that I can get this nice and smooth, and then we'll add our sauce mix. This is just such a great way to utilize tomatoes that I did not have time to process last year, and we are still gonna have some really delicious sauce to take with us when we move. Before we add our sauce mix, I'm gonna go ahead and just use this blender and get this all creamed up into a sauce mixture. So in addition to the Mrs. Wages mix, we're gonna add 5 tablespoons of sugar, and this is to cut down on the acidity of the tomatoes. All right, I'm gonna sample this, and then I'm gonna decide if I wanna add some more pizza sauce mix in here. I may add 2 of them, because if you're using this on a pizza or you're putting it on spaghetti, I mean, you want to be able to taste those different seasonings, and it's not going to affect you being able to can this. As you can see, it's already a great consistency. So let's give that a try. You know what? It doesn't need any more pizza sauce. That's delicious. I could eat a bowl of that just like it is. All right, so we're gonna set the timer. We're gonna bring this up to a boil, and we are gonna cook this, stirring it occasionally for 25 minutes. So let me bring it up to a boil. It'll just be a moment. And then I'll set the timer and I'll bring you back when we're ready to can this. See, a little bit of summer we're bringing to our new house. Our tomato pizza sauce is completely cooked. You can see it's just really thickened up. This is just a beautiful sauce. It smells so good. I think this is gonna be a really nice addition to what we're taking to Idaho with us. So this wasn't actually a canning video. It was more on what I was doing to, extend my harvest from last year, but it's turned into a canning video too. So I'm actually gonna can these up. I did check the headspace. It's 1 inch a headspace. So I'm gonna fill all these up to 1 inch, and then we're gonna seal them and put them in a water bath canner, and we're gonna can these then for 40 minutes in a water bath canner. All right, I've got a little bit of this left. So I cooked about 1 pound of ground beef. I mixed it with some onions, some bell pepper, and a package of baby bell mushrooms. Baby Bella, I guess they're called. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my existing sauce, and then we're going to put another sauce in here so that we can enjoy this with some spaghetti squash tonight. Now I'm going to cook this up for a little bit, and then as soon as this is cooked, I'm going to go ahead and add the spaghetti squash. The spaghetti squash is already cooked. I had baked that this morning. But I want this to get nice and hot before all right. I'm gonna go ahead and put lids on all of these jars and start the canning while I finish getting dinner ready. All right, now we're gonna add our spaghetti squash. Like I said, this has already been cooked up this morning in the oven. I cook it with some olive oil. I just bake it about an hour. Some olive oil, some garlic, some pepper. Not a lot of seasonings because I know that my spaghetti's gonna be seasoned. And so all I'm gonna do now is let that heat up. And as soon as it does, I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit more. But I wanna make sure this spaghetti squash gets heated up really good. It's thoroughly cooked. I just don't want cold squash in there. All right, so this is my dinner. It is all completely cooked. I'm gonna calculate the macros for this dish so that you can see what it is. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna plate this up. Looks and smells delicious. All right, I'll show you what I got. If you like spaghetti, this is a great option. Put some vegetables in it, some spaghetti squash. You're no longer eating something unhealthy. You're eating something really good and something really healthy. And there you go. Dinner is ready. Well, thanks for joining me today. I just love these kind of days where I get a lot done and a lot accomplished. As you can see, I was able to actually can 7 pints of that delicious pasta pizza sauce, which I'm hoping I won't go through before I go to Idaho. And I will have tomatoes coming over the next month or two. So I've got some early varieties coming and they're all doing really fantastic. I may do a garden tour tomorrow just so you can see how well some of my plants are doing. And anyway, I just enjoyed dinner so much. I love this pasta sauce. If you've never tried Mrs. Wage's pizza or pasta sauce, I'm gonna leave a link below. I actually make this a lot of times out of the Ball Home Preserving book, but I'll tell you what, this is so tasty and so easy. A lot of times I make it out of this as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.